My brother, my sister, today I want you to listen very carefully, because what we are about to talk about is not a theory. It is not just teaching. It is not just words. It is spiritual reality. There is a battle that many people do not see, a battle that happens in your mind, in your heart, in your life, a battle between truth and lies, between light and darkness, between God's voice and the voice of the enemy. And the Bible tells us clearly that Satan is real. He is not a symbol. He is not imagination. He is a deceiver, a liar, a destroyer. He wants to confuse you. He wants to weaken you. He wants to separate you from God. But listen carefully. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not defenseless. Because God has given you authority. Yes, authority. And today, I am going to show you something powerful, something simple but extremely strong. 5 words, just 5 words that carry authority, that carry power, that make Satan flee. Not because of you, but because of what these words represent. Now listen carefully. These 5 words are, I belong to Jesus Christ. Say it slowly. I belong to Jesus Christ. Listen, these are not just words. This is identity. This is truth. This is authority. Now let me explain why these words are so powerful. First, I belong. This means you are not your own. You are not controlled by fear. You are not owned by sin. You are not under the authority of darkness. You belong to someone, and that someone is Jesus. Now listen, when you say, I belong, you are declaring ownership. You are declaring that your life is not available to the enemy. You are declaring that your soul has a master. And Satan understands this, because authority is about ownership. Now listen carefully. The second word, to. I belong to. This shows connection, relationship. You are not alone. You are not independent. You are connected, attached, linked. And in the spiritual world, connection determines authority. If you are connected to darkness, you live under it. But if you are connected to Christ, you live under His authority. Now listen, the third word, Jesus. This is not just a name. This is power. This is victory. This is salvation. The name of Jesus is above every name, above fear, above sickness, above demons, above every power. When you speak the name of Jesus, you are not speaking empty words. You are invoking authority. You are declaring victory. Now listen carefully. Satan does not fear you, but he fears Jesus. And when you are in Jesus, when you belong to Him, His authority covers you. Now listen, the fourth word, Christ. This means the anointed one, the chosen one, the one sent by God, the one who defeated sin, defeated death, defeated Satan. Jesus Christ is not just a teacher, He is King, He is Lord, He is victorious. And when you say Jesus Christ, you are declaring that you are under the authority of the one who has already won. Now listen carefully. When you say these 5 words with faith, with understanding, with conviction, something happens. You are not just speaking, you are standing. You are declaring your position. You are reminding the enemy who you are and whose you are. Now listen, Satan attacks in different ways. He brings fear, he brings doubt, he brings temptation, he brings lies. He whispers, you are not enough. God doesn't love you. You are alone. You will fail. But when you say, I belong to Jesus Christ, you are answering every lie. You are saying, I am not alone. I am not weak. I am not abandoned. I am not defeated. Now listen carefully. This is not magic. This is not a formula. This is truth, and truth has power. Jesus said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Now listen. Many people repeat words, but nothing changes. Why? Because they don't believe what they say. But when you speak with faith, with conviction, with understanding, those words become powerful. Now listen carefully. Let me show you something deeper. Satan's strategy is identity confusion. He wants you to forget who you are. He wants you to see yourself as weak, as broken, as lost, as unworthy. Because if you don't know who you are, you will live in defeat. But when you know that you belong to Jesus, everything changes. Now listen, you are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by your fears. You are defined by your relationship with Christ. And that is why these 5 words are powerful, because they bring you back to truth. Now listen carefully. When should you say these words? When you feel fear, when you feel temptation, when you feel doubt, when you feel attacked, when your mind is full of negative thoughts, when you feel far from God. In those moments, don't stay silent. Speak, declare, say it. I belong to Jesus Christ. Now listen. Say it slowly. Say it with intention. Say it with faith, not as repetition, but as declaration. Now listen carefully. This is how you fight, not with physical weapons, but with spiritual truth. Because your battle is not physical, it is spiritual. Now listen. There is something very important. These words are powerful because they reflect reality. If you truly belong to Jesus, then Satan has no authority over you. He can try, he can tempt, he can speak, but he cannot control you, because you are under a higher authority. Now listen carefully. But this also means something. You must live like you belong to Jesus, because words without life lose power. If you say, I belong to Jesus, but you live far from him, you are not aligned with your declaration. So your life must match your words. Now listen, belonging to Jesus means you follow him, you obey him, you listen to him, you trust him, you walk with him daily. Not perfectly, but sincerely. Now listen carefully. Let me speak to your heart. Right now, maybe you feel weak. Maybe you feel attacked. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel like giving up. Listen, you are not alone, and you are not defeated. If you belong to Jesus, you are under his protection, under his authority, under his love. Now say it, not just with your mouth, but with your heart. I belong to Jesus Christ. Again, I belong to Jesus Christ. Let it go deeper. Let it settle in your spirit. Now listen carefully. The more you understand this, the stronger you become. The more you believe this, the more confident you become. The more you live this, the more victory you experience. Now listen, this is not about shouting louder. It is about believing deeper, because power comes from faith. Now listen carefully. Let me tell you something powerful. Satan flees, not because of noise, but because of authority. And authority comes from identity. And identity comes from relationship. So the real question is, do you truly belong to Jesus? Not in words, but in reality. Because when that is true, these 5 words become a weapon, a shield, a declaration of victory. Now listen, stay connected to God. Stay in his word. Stay in prayer. Stay in truth, because that is how you remain strong. Now listen carefully. Every day, remind yourself who you are, not what you feel, Not what people say, but what God says. And what God says is that you are His. So walk in that, live in that, speak from that. I belong to Jesus Christ. And when you do, you will not live in fear, you will live in authority. You will not live in confusion, you will live in clarity. You will not live in defeat, you will walk in victory. Because you know who you are and whose you are. And that changes everything.